Joining us now is my friend whose book is called Unbearable Lightness, a story of loss and gain, available in bookstores now, and she'll also be signing copies of her new book at Borders in Westwood tonight at 7 o'clock. I've got all the information up online at RyanSeacrest.com. Portia, formerly De Rossi, but now Portia DeGeneres with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
I'm excited you're here. I've been, as we've been texting back and forth.
I know. I'm so thrilled to be on the show. Thank you.
Well, I remember you working on this book,
Yeah.
over the last, how long has it taken you to write? I mean, obviously, it's been years in the works, but when you started to write, it was when?
Actually, it's been about a year in the works, and I guess I started writing December last year, and it took about 5 months to finish the first draft.
Well, it is so compelling. It is going to help a lot of people, and it was brave of you to tell some of these stories. Why did you decide to write it?
Well, I think because I'm in a place in my life where I feel more honest and more open about my sexuality, and I think being with Ellen has really encouraged me to try to maybe help people if I possibly can. And I just felt that I'd wasted 15 years of my life suffering really badly from an eating disorder, and although I couldn't get that time back, I thought maybe something positive could come from it. So I'm hoping that somebody will read it and maybe rethink what's going on with them, and maybe, get a little bit of help. So that's kind of why. I just also felt like there was this horrible time in my life that I kind of felt embarrassed about, and it was time to come clean about it, and it's my second coming out.
I think what's amazing about it is on the outside, for example, just going back to the beginning of the book and to when you were on Ally McBeal, and for those who watch the show, I was one of them. You think everything's great, you watch the show, you see the stars, you think they've made it, they're in this perfect life, but on the inside, this is when you were waking up at 4 a.m, getting on a treadmill, and then in the middle of the day, you'd get on the treadmill again and put a fan on the treadmill so the makeup wouldn't have to be redone?
Yeah, because I kept getting into trouble with my hair and makeup people on Ally because I'd come back after lunch with a sweaty face and mascara running down my cheeks. And
right.
So I had to rig this kind of, fan to blow in my face while I ran at like a 7.0. It's kind of fast on a treadmill. And I would run like someone was chasing me for the entire hour because I was so anxious and so desperate to get rid of as many calories as possible. And I had that kind of crazy behavior for, at least a year and a half, where every single day I would wake up and worry about what I ate the night before and how I was going to burn calories. And it was the most isolating and horrible way to live. And it was hard to go back through it. But I felt like in order to tell my story from that sick person's perspective, I had to really go back and examine my behavior and all of my feelings around that behavior. And it was pretty hard going.
It's incredible to hear you say this, knowing you more recently when you were at so much peace in your life. Because every time I see you and we hang out, I feel like you're so happy and everything's so wonderful.
I know, and that's kind of the other reason why I wrote it, too, because I feel like, now more than ever, it's important to show kids that if they struggle with their sexuality and if they struggle with self-acceptance, they can still live a really happy and successful life. And I had to show people how badly I suffered and how much I hated myself in order for them to understand that you can come a really long way and you can have, a fairy tale ending, as I feel like I have. I mean, I could not be happier in my life, and I feel like I've, had a great career, and being gay and struggling with an eating disorder, I didn't think that either of those things were possible for me. And so, it just shows you that if you hang in there long enough, things can really turn around and you can live a really happy life.
There was a story recently in the news about Demi Lovato, whom we've had on the show, and we adore her, and she works really, really hard, but there are rumors of her having an eating disorder, and I think there are some moms listening now that may suspect their kids might have one. So the first question is, if you're a parent, what do you think you should look for? And then how do you address it so you don't alienate your kid?
Yeah, see, this is the problem. first of all, it's really easy to hide, especially bulimia. And also when you have an eating disorder, you lie like I can't tell you. I mean, I'm not a dishonest person, but in order to protect my disorder, I would reassure people constantly that I knew I was too thin, that I am gaining weight, that I'm just working too hard, whatever it took. My recommendation to parents would be, I have to say, a little tough love doesn't hurt in these instances, because I feel like saying nothing is really not very helpful at all. You have to tell your child that you know that they're sick, because anyone that said to me, "You're too thin," that just sounded like a compliment. I'm worried about you too thin. That sounded like love wrapped up in a compliment. So what I think I would have responded to would be, you look sick, you look like you can't cope, how can I help you get well? Because the last thing an anorexic wants to hear is that they look weak. Because, my whole thing was I wanted people to admire me with my skinny body, not feel sorry for me. So I think that it's important to let your child know that you know that she's suffering, or he, and then please, seek help, because there are so many amazing professionals who can really, really turn it around for the people who are suffering. And I know that I went to a facility here called Montanito in Malibu that was truly amazing, because she told me that I could be fully recovered, and that was the key for me that gave me hope, that it was something that I didn't have to struggle with for my entire life, that it could be something that was in my past. So look for eating disorder counselors who do say that a full recovery is possible, so you never have to worry about it ever again.
And if you've wondered about yourself or your kids, this book that Portia De Rossi has written called Unbearable Lightness, A Story of Loss and Gain, is something that I think will really help. It's really, like I told you, it's just compelling, and it's raw, and it's brave, and I'm proud of you for writing it, and I'm proud of you for who you've become, because I know you're in such a wonderful, peaceful, happy place with you and Ellen. It inspires all of us to achieve that. And tonight you'll be signing the book at Borders.
I will indeed.
In Westwood. Borders tonight at 7 o'clock. Now, before I let you go, you should know, because you probably don't, because it's early. The producers of Dancing with the Stars have announced they're planning to feature a same-sex couple for next season. And in the news today, you're on the top of their list. They have not asked you yet, but you're on the top of the list. I made a guess that it's probably not in your future. And that you might pass on this. Yeah, well, no, not dancing, but just to be this person that will end up on Dancing with the Stars next year. Oh,
goodness. You really do break news, Ryan.
Well, I figured if you're going to pass, why not pass here?
Listen, I'm not going to pass. Let me think about it.
Then I was wrong.
Well, I'm just saying, I used to be a ballet dancer. I'm not saying it's not completely
So, all right. So it's within the universe of possible.
You never know.
All right. Well, thank you, darling, so much for calling this morning.
Ryan.
I appreciate talking to you, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, great.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Portia. Bye.
Wow.
Awesome, right? How sweet.
You've known her for a while.
I know, but it's like Amy just said to me, she's like, we could have just asked her a million. I'm looking at the clock going, I could literally talk to her for an hour. And you don't even feel like you're talking on the air. Right? She has that voice that makes you feel safe. Like, that's the voice you want to hear in the morning. It's 4:10. Good morning. Time to wake up and head to Kiss. Because now I hear Jessica. Hey, dude, we're here. Come over. Come on, you're on in like 20 minutes.